So here we have a guy who can explain things much better than I do when it comes to the Shield, which hasn't gone anywhere, actually. I didn't think it had. I've been seeing videos on TikTok and Facebook. The only place there is no videos is X, and there's a reason for that. But this guy explains stuff better than I can as to what the Shield is all about. So I thought I'd make this video just to be fair, right? Just to be fair. I'm not a happy bunny at the moment, right? I'm not happy at all. It'll become clear why during this video, but I'm not happy. Far from it. Come on.
Okay, Chris Hargreaves in the Shield. You sent me your concerns like I asked you to on the other video. Thank you very much. I've done my digging, I've done my investigations, and now I can tell you what I've discovered and what I believe to be the truth about the Shield. Now, I've got to do this over a couple of videos because there's a lot of information to get through. I'm not affiliated with the Shield. I'm not signed up to the Shield. This is not a promotion video. This is purely independent, looking into it and letting you know what I found out, okay? So let's get into this. So a lot of your concerns seem to be that this whole thing is a scam. Now, I think some of this stems from X. Now, Chris himself has said he's not active on X. Somebody put an impact page on there for the Shield. I don't know who it was. Whether it was a member or not, I don't know, because the page is gone. On that page, they put the wrong information. They put the Shield is a registered charity and then a number. The Shield is not a registered charity. That number related to the company that runs the Shield. The Shield is not a company. It's run under a company called the Human Evolution Group, CIC. Okay, I've looked through Companies House. This was sorted out in November of 2024 is when it was done. Okay, now this is the company that is overviewing the Shield, right? The Shield is not an independent company. It's run by this company. If you look on the Shield's website, when you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you can see it quite clearly there. Company address, Human Evolution Group, CIC, and then the address. So as far as I can see, that's transparent. Now, I saw things about he's stolen £100,000. I don't know where you're getting this information from, because I've been into his accounts and there's no accounts made up yet. They haven't got to register any accounts until November of this year, because they've only just started, so that will be their first year, November to November. So I don't know where you're getting the money, I don't know where you're getting figures from. I can't personally find anything that's legitimately saying they've made this amount of money. Also, it's worth pointing out that a CIC is a community interest company. It's got nothing to do with charity. What this means is any profits that company make, they have to reinvest into the community or into the thing that they're doing. So, i.e. the Shield, any money that they make has to be reinvested into the Shield. So, for training, for uniforms, for cards, all of this stuff, there's strict laws on it. A CIC operates under an asset lock, which means you cannot just make a shit ton of money in a CIC and then transfer it to another business or another entity or an individual. So Chris himself cannot make £100,000 for the Shield, take it, put it in his bank account and fuck off. He can't do it. There's too many rules and regulations. There's annual checks, there's everything, right? You can go on Companies House and look this all up yourself. It's all there in black and white. So he can't do that. Even if he wanted to, legally he can't do it, and let's face it, if he did, he'd be ripped apart by bikers and he would be dragged through every court in the land. Membership fees stated on the Shield's website, £25 will give you £25 a year, that is, annually, will give you access to the forums and access to the pages, but it does not enter you as a volunteer member, so you can't go out on the streets patrolling. £55 a year will give you access to that, so it will give you access to the training. It pays for a DBS check for you, it pays for your uniform and your ID card. ID cards will have a number which will also be printed on the back of your uniform, so when you're out in public, if you're one of the people going out in public, you're going to be held accountable because of that number. All right, so that I think covers the scam thing. If you've got any more questions or anything, put it in the comments. I'm going to do another video about your other concerns.
Right, make your own mind up about that. Right, make your own mind up. Making your mind up. And this one hits on to the main point that happened on X to do with Pop Sally. I just want to point something out here, by the way, that, Tommy is always saying that he's got lots of Muslim people in the movement, and do all those Muslim people think like he does? I just find it a bit weird how they can pick on one individual because he's got extreme views, and yet, Tommy's bound to know and be friends with people who've got extreme views about certain things as well, and who are not squeaky clean. I could tell you a few of them who are not squeaky clean, but I'm not going to. That's up to you to do your homework and find out. Yeah, so let's hear about Pops Ali, shall we? The man that made such a difference, apparently, to the Shield. But I will state that I don't agree with his appointment because of his love of not because of his political views. But let's hear about what this guy found about Pops Ali.
Alright, the Shield Part 2. Your other concern was based around a person who's been appointed to the Shield called Pops Ali. So let's get into having a look at Pops Ali. So the first thing I think I'll point out about this is this doesn't seem to be a random appointment. Pops Ali and Chris Hargreaves seem to have been friends from what they're saying for years. So this isn't like just plucked a guy and put him in position. They obviously know each other and they know, I guess there's trust there, let's say that. He's 100% true. Pops Ali is indeed a Muslim. He will be contributing to the Shield in the area of Blackburn. Now, Chris himself has done a YouTube video on this, and he said that Pops Ali in the past has done a lot of work for charity. He's ousted crime in his community in the past, and he claims that he's not adverse to calling out crime from the Muslim community and trying to stop it and trying to educate and all that. Okay, so that side of it, I guess that's up to your interpretation if you agree with him being appointed or not. The other thing was his political views. Now, his political views, I ain't gonna lie to you, they're pretty one-sided as far as Israel and Palestine. Yeah, so if you go on his Facebook page, Pops Ali's Facebook page, it's public, you can see he's definitely a supporter of Palestine. I couldn't find anything that you said about the African white people genocide thing. I can't find it, doesn't mean it's not there. I couldn't spend hours and hours.
Right, so what you'll find is a picture of that Julius Alemo, right? I think that's his last name, Alemo or whatever. And there's nothing actually in this Pops Ali's video stating that stating anything. Just that, apparently this pig of a man, Julius Alemo, legend. I disagree with that. And I did find it a bit worrying when I saw it on there. But on the other hand, there is no statement on there saying that Pops Ali agrees with everything he says. So it's just a picture and a legend underneath. Yeah. I don't know how a man who wants, white genocide can be a legend. But again, like this guy in the video says, you got to make your own mind up. And yeah, but I think he was looking, this guy in the video, I think he's been looking for actual statements on Pops Ali's video, on Pops Ali's Facebook about this Julius Alemo. There are none. You're not going to find any. Just legend, right? And anyone who thinks that this Julius Alemo is a legend, well, you got to give them more than one look, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So that would include Veli, Nynaetha, Lady Divine, and so many people I've spoken to over the years. Yes.
And through it, what I wanted to do was go through, find some of this extreme views, if you like, and counterbalance it with other things that he does. So, for example, he promotes a tea room in Blackburn. Do you know what I mean? So there's obviously, he's obviously not just an extremist page, is what I'm saying, yeah? So it's not just littered with Palestine, pro-Palestine stuff. There's other stuff on there as well. It's a typical Facebook page, really. So if you don't agree with the views that he has politically, then you're probably not going to support his appointment. That's your personal choice. That's up to you. Personally, my view is that someone with strong political views probably shouldn't be a part of the Shield because of this kind of thing happening. But it's a personal relationship between Chris and Pops.
You see, my biggest question when it comes to this individual Pops is because he's got such big political views, strong political views. Is he able to put those views to one side if he's playing a part in the Shield? Now, we all have our own political views. So you yourself should be able to answer that. Do you think that this Pop Sally would be able to put his own political views to one side whilst being a part of the Shield? I know what I think, right? I definitely know what I think. It's up to you what you're going to think.
Chris's choice. It's Chris's thing. If you don't agree with it, then don't support it. If you do agree with it, then maybe you need to get over that and just look at it as, all right, he supports something, one side of something that's going on thousands of miles away. This is about the United Kingdom. If you can't separate the two, then fine, don't separate him, don't support him. Personally, I don't think the appointment of him was a good idea because of his political views, but it's not my decision. Okay, so yes, he does have strong political views. Yes, he is a Muslim. If you don't like it, don't support it. That's all I can say. But that is the truth. All right, the Shield Part 2.
All right, so I think that was a good explanation to all of the questions that needed answered. Yeah, a very good explanation, actually. And it's up to you people to make your own mind up. It's not up to other people to judge you and try and make your own mind up for you. You've got to make your own mind up. And my biggest question is somebody like that able to put their political views to one side whilst they're part of this group of people who are apparently going to go out and protect the the women and children of the UK. I know what I think. After going through his Facebook again, I definitely know what I think. And yes, but I'm keeping what I think to myself. But whilst I'm here, somebody else has popped up, right, which I found incredibly fucking annoying, right? And I don't know when certain people are going to fucking learn that, you're trying to build a movement, right? You're trying to build this movement, but you keep inviting individuals who are known for their duplicity, their lies, and just being a sneaky, sly individual. And the individual, of course, I'm talking about is as such. Oh, here he is. Now, I was watching, I think what everyone else seemed to be watching last night, if you know what I mean. And then when I came up, this pops up. I couldn't fucking believe it. It's like, are these people ever going to learn? Do they really want to get anywhere or not? Because this, for me, here we go.
Where are the men of England, those heroes brave and bold? Where are the men who bled and died in foreign wars untold? The men who conquered all and stood for faith and love. The men who looked to guidance from the Father up above. Where are the rose brave and bold, the men who stood for faith and truth, whose honour wasn't sold. Where were the men of England when abusers so depraved took...
I'm not being funny. We could say the same about you, couldn't we, really? Where were you last year when you led those people down to Downing Street or wherever it was, that particular part of London, got them to go in an area which they weren't allowed. The police had said they weren't allowed to go in. They get arrested and you walk away. But hey, you've popped back up again, haven't you? Because you just can't fucking help yourself. And I'm sorry, I can't support anything that has this man involved in it. Why won't people learn? This guy, honestly, here he is.
What's my little take on what's going on in Epping? I mean, just imagine. I mean, I don't need to imagine I've got a daughter, but just imagine you got a daughter.
Shut your fucking mouth. This is exactly what he did last year. This is what he did last year. Making videos, right? Wanted to be all inclusive. Wanted to be involved with all the stuff that was going on. And then he gets people arrested. Yeah? I don't trust this man. I don't think he should be part of anything. And I've got reasons for why I don't trust him. Now, he's already took a video down that he made last night. Why? I don't know. But he's definitely took it down because 1 month ago, he made 2 videos last night. And I'm trying to check to see if I've missed it. I don't know why he's always got... Hang on.
It does seem...
No, that's the 10th of September. Is that the 10th of September? No. Is this the one? Let me just play it.
It does seem like there is a lot of interest for what's happening in September, rightly so. So, yeah, make your plans. I know we're 2 months away, but you have to plan ahead.
Yeah, make your plans so that when you get there, you can get arrested, because he'll make sure you can get arrested. Yeah? Make your plans, and then when you get there, you'll have someone like him that'll get you arrested. Why has he popped up now? Oh, there's trouble again in the streets, which I didn't like seeing, by the way. It made me so fucking angry to see the police getting attacked. And then it made me even more fucking angry to see what the police did with that when they ran that guy over. The whole thing just made me angry. It's not what I want for this country. It's not what I want to see for this country. The whole thing made me angry. And then when Antifa turn up to make trouble, that made me angry. It just all made me angry because it shouldn't be happening. I mean, I'm not being funny. I mean, the people of Epping, some of them were, teenage kids. But then I was looking at the faces of some of those young policemen, and they was teenagers too. And I've got a family member that's now a policeman, so, I'm going to be a bit, aren't I? Just going to be that little bit. But it shouldn't be like that. It just should not be like that. I know there's this 2-tier policing, but what I saw, the people that I don't know. It's like they won't go and protest about the government, and that for me is the head of the snake, if you like. That's what's got to be dealt with. The day the government get up in the House of Commons and start talking about this crap properly, yeah, it's the day that you've won. But I understand the absolute anger of these people in Epping. Yeah, of course I do. But I don't understand where it gets people to attack police cars, to attack police vehicles, and I just don't get it. I don't see what good that's going to do anything. It's not. And to be quite honest, I didn't like because it was in Epping, right? I didn't like what I was looking at. The ordinary people stood with our police against each other. I just didn't like. I never thought I'd see that in a place like Epping. Never. I just never thought I'd see that, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So you can imagine that when I'd finished watching that, and then up pops this guy again to give you all advice on what to do for the 13th of September. Yeah, my anger got even worse at him. Who listens to him, and why has he turned up now? Does he think enough time's gone past that people have forgot what he did? Because I haven't. But, in a little place like Epping, the government don't care. The government don't care what. That's why they bust in those Antifa people. They want people to kick off. They want violence. No violence. Never. Always keep in your head Gandhi, right? Look what he achieved with a non-violent protest. Look what he was able to achieve. Violence gets you nowhere. It's a waste of energy. But both sides have got to look at what they did last night. The police have also got to look at what they did with their vehicles, ramming them straight at people. That's really not on. I don't know what can be done about that. But Epping is a lovely little place. And it could easily be solved, so it never happens again. But that's too easy for it to be solved that way. All I would say is just remember Gandhi and how he made achievements, but it was in bigger numbers, of course. But they were all peaceful protest. I don't like violence of any kind. And I certainly didn't like seeing it where it was last night. It's not good, but then the government know this. Whoever sent in the Antifa lot knew what they were doing, and they knew how it would spark off the violence again. I think if they hadn't turned up, I don't think it would have turned violent at all. But they did, and you got to learn restraint. Restraint is, you've got to learn restraint. And it's all right screaming and shouting. You can scream and shout all you like, but you never become violent. Just don't become violent. Violence gets you absolutely nowhere. Peaceful protest in bigger numbers. Peaceful protest. That's the key. Now, back to this individual. I cannot support anyone who supports this guy. Why has he popped up now? Yeah? Why? About the 13th of September. Let's listen to a bit more.
Hotels getting booked, locations, trains, buses, taxis, whatever you're doing, do it in advance. Don't do it a week before, 2 weeks before. If you book hotels now, it's cheap. cheaper than if you booked them. Big promos coming up from Tommy, I think, from what I'm hearing, so that'd be good. And you don't want to miss this one.
I don't know I don't know you dare show your fucking face, to be honest. I really don't. After what happened last year, I don't know how he dare show his face. But then he would, wouldn't he? Because he's been given clear of way, rite of passage. Yeah. I'm angry at the moment with this individual popping up. Because we know what he did last year. And he's never addressed what he fucking did, neither. Never. He's never spoken about it, and he's never addressed it. And for that, no. Sorry, no. No, I'm too angry to even speak.